Can you imagine today a role-playing game with survival horror mechanics, intense horrific imagery, obtuse puzzles, and turn-based combat? Nope, you can't. A game like this doesn't exist in today's market, and that's a completely absurd thing if you ask me. It's the year 2014. We should have games about all sorts of crazy shit, and instead we have Space Marine Shooter Ball Dude Bro, or Last Fantasy 5255 A Crystal Crap, or Early Access BYOW, Build Your Own Worlds, Want Your Money editions. And you know what? I'm tired of it. I offer you, the viewer, some hope. A game like this does exist, but we have to go back in 1989 to see where it all began. To the time traveler machine. Sweet Home was considered so graphic at its release and so adult in its subject matter that it never ever released in the States. And maybe that's because we couldn't handle this sort of interactive horror back then? I don't really know. I mean, that's just what I would expect to hear from some people. Though in all honesty, I think it has more to do with the fact that this game was based off of a Japanese movie of the same name. That's right, this is a licensed game, baby! Whoa, now hold up, don't jump the gun. While we have tons of stinky games based on movies, we do have a few good ones, right? Alright, so the movie never released out here, but you can catch it on YouTube apparently. I've seen parts of it. And the game mimics the story of said movie. So if you want to play the game and not be spoiled by the movie, then don't watch the movie before playing the game, and I think that that's just hopefully common sense to you. So you want to know what the big deal about Sweet Home is? Sure, it's old, it's on Nintendo, it's a role-playing, horror, licensed game, but why is it so damn good? Why? Oh, I'll tell you why. And the story goes a little something like, this is the story of all about how these 5 people's lives got turned upside down. They came in this mansion without a care, and they soon found out that there was nothing but scares. Dun-dun-dun. Yeah, Sweet Home, baby. That's really the core idea behind the plot, but we find our 5 characters have come to the mansion looking to restore and recover some old paintings. Sadly, the minute they enter the mansion, the ghost of Mamiya appears and seals them inside, dooming our characters. And each of these 5 characters have a default name that matches up to the movie, but there isn't so much in the way of character development, so you can really name them whatever you feel like it. Mine were Justin, Jess, Violet, Dan, and blank. Yeah, I forgot to enter the name there. Now, I'm claiming that this game is a fantastic horror RPG game, and yet I'm saying there's no great character development? Isn't this blasphemy for an RPG? Well, yes, normally I would say it is. Though granted, the stories that were being told back in the NES days were more limited in general, here it's all about the gameplay mechanics that come together in Sweet Home that truly make it stand out even today. So as I said, you have 5 characters at your disposal, and while you can control each individually, you're going to want to have the team split into 2 groups, A and B theoretically. Now who you decide to group together is entirely up to you, but each character has a special ability that is fundamental in surviving and progressing in the game. Now the 5 important items are as follows: a lighter that is used to burn ropes, a med kit that is used to cure poison, curses, and more, a key that serves as a skeleton key of sorts in opening various doors, a vacuum that can remove debris in your way, and a camera to take pictures of the paintings with. Where this plays a key factor is that in order to obtain certain clues, you need to take pictures of the paintings, but if the paintings are dirty, you need to vacuum them beforehand. And if there's a locked door, you might possibly need to find the skeleton key, or, well, I should say, use it. Now, you can see where this might be a problem with splitting up, right? Yeah, so go solo and you might be finding yourself a little screwed. My advice to anyone playing the game would be to keep your groups relatively close together. Now there are other reasons for this as well. Each character can carry a weapon and 2 additional items. This makes managing your inventory and what you're carrying with extremely crucial. Now you might need items for the various puzzles, or how about the health tonic for your life, or what about that rope to cross that chasm? What to do, what to do. It's these choices that truly put the weight of the decisions in your hand and add to the horror and tension of the game. Now fighting is turn-based here, and while some enemies can be seen on the screen and avoided, the majority of the fights in here are random battles. Now the fighting screen is similar to something like, say, Dragon's Quest. It's in first person, it's sexy, and it's fast. Now here you'll find a wide assortment of creepy enemies, dolls, zombies, armor, mirrors, wall. Wait, did I just say a wall? Yeah, like a wall with a face and those eyes that look at you and go, I'm coming for you. Yeah, that kind of wall. Now you'll only ever be fighting one enemy at a time, and while this might sound fairly tame, due to the fights going so fast and the enemies hitting fairly hard, it balances out. This is also another reason why it is key to teaming up with your people. Now a great ability you have during fights is to call the other members. So you actually call them in the menu system while you're fighting, and then the game gives you control of your other team, and then you can run them to the battle, giving you now 5 attacks for this encounter if you combine all 5 characters. And enemies will go down quick if you continue this tactic. Now if you were to tackle one of these enemies alone, you'd probably get your ass handed to you. Now the RPG vet in you is probably telling yourself, well, I have a magic caster with me and deal at all times, and if someone dies, I'll just revive them, right? Wrong. There is no magic in this game. It's grounded in very much reality to that extent. You get hurt, you need life tonic. Where do you find tonic? In the game. If the game runs out, you're screwed. If you die, you're fucked. You see, in Sweet Home, there is no magic reviving. It's one and done. Your character dies, that's it. Now the game doesn't end and you can still complete the game, but the less people you have, obviously the less inventory space you have, the less attack power you have, and so on. You don't really want to play with like one person. And this is why keeping together and watching your back is almost a necessity, and also what makes Sweet Home extremely tense and terrifying. And what about their special items though if they die? Well, the good thing is there's all these other items in the game that mimic those special items, so you're never truly screwed. Now the game also only has one save slot and one save slot only. I mean, you hit the button, you hit the save, that's it. If you want to start over, you erase your whole save, yada bing bang boom. If you want to be like me, I'm not gonna lie, if one of my people died, I reloaded the last save, cause screw that. Still, it's an extremely daunting experience, and it makes exploring the mansion and getting even deeper into the game more rewarding, if not stressful. Sweet Home was an extreme eyesore for me when I first started playing it. I call this the period of adjustment. Now going from 2014 visuals and then jumping as far back as a Nintendo game is surely going to give your eyes a quick holy shit moment. Now that was my biggest issue with this entire game, and that eventually faded away. You might ask why, and the answer is quite simple. Gameplay. Everything I've spent the last minutes talking about just comes together so extremely well. The tense feeling of the exploration, the puzzle solving, the item management, the notes with the stories detailed in it, the extremely fast battle system, all of it. Everything comes together so damn well that the graphics became just a vessel of which to deliver me this ultimate experience. I soon felt myself completely absorbed in this game, and the fact that the story, while downright disturbing for its time, wasn't really what was carrying me through, it was the gameplay. Now granted, the graphics during fights are pretty impressive with animated sprites of like enemies vomiting or pulsing, yet it was the soundtrack that I absolutely fell in love with. The battle song just gets me going every single time. Sweet Home is a game that many folks never had a chance to play, and thanks to emulation and the reproduction cartridges like the one I purchased from Time Walk Games, I was able to finally play it. I say this now, if you're a role-playing fan, you love the horror genre, enjoy puzzles and a good challenge, you need to play this game. Some way, somehow. Because I bought it, it frickin' flew out of the box, it smacked me in the face a few fucking times, and it said, you're gonna play this frickin' game, and you're gonna love it. And I did, I surely did. Sweet Home is an outstanding experience even today, and it's unlike any other game I've played, making it all that much sweeter. If you can get your hands on this bad boy, do it.